So-called Muslim patrols are again active in London, with vigilantes trying to impose Islamic ideals on the local population. And while arrests may have tempered the activist zeal, they continue to promote their views, some of which are quite radical. But moderate Muslim leaders fear their actions could discredit the whole community, as RT Sarah First now reports.
When videos of Muslim vigilantes trying to impose Sharia law on unsuspecting members of the public first hit the headlines, there was an outcry in Britain. Well, since then, some arrests have been made, but as RT's found out, these self-titled Muslim patrols are still in operation.
We, the Muslim community, will continue to patrol the streets and clear the streets of all the vices and illegal activities.
This group call themselves the Sharia Project. They make a point of differentiating themselves from the more hardline Muslim patrol, whose videos caused such anger recently, with scenes like this.
We are Muslim Patrol. We are in North London. We are in South London, East London and West London. We command good and we forbid evil. Islam is here in London. Mr. David Cameron, Mr. Police Officer, whether you like it or not.
This patrol, they say that whilst they share many of the same views as the other patrol, they'd never employ the same aggressive tactics. And so I guess then you condemn the patrols that are going out and taking more sort of aggressive measures.
I mean, looking at those patrols, I can say that it's commendable that Muslims have come out and actually decided to take some kind of action against, these things taking place. That's not to say that I could.
They're actual actions and they're shouting at people and it was quite intimidating.
Obviously, there is always a better way to do things, and my approach as a Muslim is to advise my Muslim brother if I see him do an action that perhaps is not appropriate. I'll always advise him and say what is better.
But for many in the mainstream Muslim community, these patrols are a cause for concern. With the videos ensuring widespread media coverage, many Muslim leaders have condemned their actions as wrong and unrepresentative.
These individuals are a fringe minority. They don't represent the Muslim community. There's 2.7 million Muslims in the UK, and they would never condone this type of behaviour.
Whilst the groups were very clear to us that they had peaceful intentions, some of the members are alleged to be involved with the more extreme patrols. One member served 3.5 years in prison on charges of terrorist fundraising and inciting terrorism overseas. And it didn't take him long to make his more hardline views known.
Now, if I say the law of the land can go to hell, I believe so, because I believe those who disbelieve in the oneness of God, their final destination will be the hellfire anyway. And those laws that they establish with that will go with them, with Pharaoh or Pharaoh, etc., into the hellfire. So I have no respect for the British law whatsoever.
I asked the leader of the Sharia Project whether he was concerned by statements like that.
I think, if you were to take a kind of passive approach, then I don't think the effect of the campaign would be that great. But I think what we're doing now, and shouting and protesting and, calling for Islam, calling for the Sharia in Britain, I think that is something that will really catch the people and, engage in debate.
But for many, both amongst the Muslim and the wider British community, there are worries not just about these actions, but about the potential repercussions a relatively small minority could have on a much larger scale. Sarah Firth, RT, London.